Shalom! Hello, everybody. Hello. Welcome on in. Hi. Welcome on in. Shalom. Happy Sabbath. Happy Saturday. Whether you celebrate your Sabbath on Saturday or not, welcome on in. This is our second time ever doing our little, hey, coffee in the morning, Saturday morning coffee with Noah. Is that what we're calling it? I don't know. But basically, it's our Saturday morning. Normally, I stream over on my other channel, Christian Scrub, at this time. But what I thought would be cool is if we take the first hour and we spend time here first. And we chat about a certain kind of topic or whatever. Hang out, answer questions, talk, hang out, have some coffee together. And then in about an hour, I'll head back over to Christian Scrub. And if you want to join me over there as I play through different kind of games. Right now, we're playing through Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. It's the 2004 turn-based RPG Lord of the Rings game. And I've been loving it so far. It's been great. And so that's what we're going to be doing now. But right now, we're going to be talking some stuff. We're going to be talking about some certain stuff, especially about the channel. And a little surprise. I am going to be, putting you guys to work a little bit. So look for that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Welcome on in, Tireless Traveler. Happy Saturday. Welcome on in, everybody. I hope everybody's having a good Saturday. I can't complain. My Saturday, if you're always looking on how it could be better, it'll never be good, But there's definitely ways where my morning could have been worse. I'll tell you what. So, hey, I'm counting my blessings. It's a good day. It's a good day so far. You did see me drink my first cup of coffee. Dude, I had to take my wife to work. She works all day today. So I had to drive her to work this morning. And so I made my coffee, and I had one of those bad timings where it's I made the coffee, poured the coffee, but then I had to go and leave and, drive her to work. That's where this comes in, the reserves. So I'm hoping the reserves will keep my coffee nice and hot. We did switch our coffee recently. And so the coffee we're using is cheap coffee. Dude, I do not like it. I mentioned some streams back over on Christian Scrub, but it's this coffee is the type of coffee that it gets you by. It is not for taste. So, is what it is. Could be worse, right? Right. But how are we doing? Overall? The week is ending, kind of weekend, so people are starting to relax. I had a late night last night, hanging out with a friend of mine. Guess what? Have you guys tried out Deadlock? I finally got a chance to play some Deadlock with my with a friend of mine. He's a big MOBA head. He loves League of Legends. He tried Valorant, plays some of that. We tend in our friend group, we do play Apex together. And I've tried League of Legends with them. I don't like League so much, but this game's fun. There is one downside for me is I'm a controller player. I was gonna hold up a controller, but it's wired, so it's a little bit harder. I'm a controller player. You can actually try controller with the game. It is definitely not fully supported for it. If they get it fully supported, kind of like how Valorant was just PC only and now it's on consoles also. If they did that, I'd love it. But so I've been forced to finally try to learn a FPS game, even as third person, a shooter game with a mouse and keyboard. Feels weird. As someone who grew up as a console player, feels weird. Titles Tracker, you may have been playing The Third Age too much. You started to look like a Tolkien wizard. That doesn't seem like a problem. I'll tell you what, that doesn't seem like a problem. I'm fine with that. Okay, I'll take it. It could be worse things. I'm driving on the road, just doing stuff, and someone would be Jesus! Because I got long-ish hair and I have a beard, which I would say this doesn't look like Jesus. I don't think Jesus had hair like that. But hey, I'll take it. There's worse things to be called, I guess, right? I'll take it. I am trying to be Christ-like, so, it's fitting. You noticed. I'll take it. As a reminder for people who don't know, because there's still a lot of people who don't know, I am doing a Nazarite vow. I took a Nazarite vow the beginning of the year, and it was for the full year. And so we've been able to grow the hair, and it's been an enjoyable thing. And that's where also on the channel, if you check out the channel on Christian Gamer and also Christian Scrub, I could pull up here. This is for more later, but I could do that now. Let me see. If I do this. Nice. Oh, isn't there a way to do... Hey, look at that. So I don't dox myself. And it looks clean. Oh my god. I'm a professional. So, if you look at Christian Gamer, one thing you might not know is right here, Gamerite Vow. This is a little added bonus that we're doing on top of my Nazarite Vow. A way so that I can talk about it and share my journey in a way that makes sense within the gaming context. Is I added a little extra element. So, the Gamerite part is... I can't buy any new games. Now, there are loopholes if someone gifts me a game, if someone buys me a game, stuff like that, it's fine. If it's a free game, you know. I specifically chose buying games because, like, you know, last few years I've been buying games. And so it's like I've collected a backlog of games that I want to play, like Lord of the Rings: The Ring of Power. So I'm finally playing the games because it's like I got these games within the context of like I want to cover it on the channel, but it just never came up a good time to cover it on the channel. And so this extra added benefit, though we've only done like 4 series so far, which is very sad. Very sad. I know it's RPGs, but it's still very sad when you look at like it's been most of the year and only 4. That's pretty bad. Yeah, we haven't been super focused because I've been playing other stuff like Marvel Snap, other card games, you know, stuff like that. So if I were to do this game I would be a little bit more focused on this. I'm hoping to like end the year by being a little bit more focused on this. And so far we've been pretty good on Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. We've been on top of it. So I've been enjoying that. So yeah, it's a little side thing. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, the second season of Rings of Power, Lord of the Rings is out. No spoilers. My wife and I are wanting to watch through it. We only watched literally the first episode because they released the first 3, right? Pretty sure. So we only watched 1 episode. We didn't have time to watch more. So no spoilers. Okay. What are the aspects of a Nazarite vow, and if I may also, what spurred you to take it? So, first off, if you look at my channel, it's probably a trailer if you actually look at it. But if we go down to videos, beginning of the year, if you look at this video, I talk about it. My drastic gaming decision for 2024. So if you check out that video, that will talk about how it goes into depths about, hey, Nazarite Vow, goes into my little added benefits of Gamerite Vow, and it talks a little bit why. But I could share a bit of why also. My why is very simple. My why is, hey, well, okay, I'll go in what it is. Main concept is it's similar to many other kind of ideas like fasting. You know, you're setting away aside to be closer to God. There's different kind of reason for it, different reasons why you would, and a lot of it is just like I want to be closer to God, you know. And so the 3 aspects in it is I think it's in Deuteronomy, is one of the main chunks that talks about it. Talk about how like if somebody wants to, this is what they could do. And so the main thing is it's 3 things. You're restricting yourself from any kind of wine, which is similar to wine products, like stuff that's made by wine. So no grapes also, but like wine, no alcohol, none of that. No touching dead bodies, even to the point of if somebody in your family or somebody you know dies, you can't go in the same building as that person that died. That's the second thing. And then the third thing is no cutting of the hair. Specifically, like cutting hair on the head. No cutting the hair of the head. Like Even like they mentioned like chemicals, like no kind of weird chemicals that might like lose hair. So those are the main 3 things to a Nazarite vow. So, yeah. So, I talk a little bit more about that. The why is kind of just the question of like why not is the big thing. Like as a Christian, like why wouldn't you want to do that? Why not? I mean, like I kind of shared how it's like similar to like when I found out about fasting, like I wanted to try out fasting. Why not? And so the similar thing with Nazarite is like I never have done it. And when I learned with doing more research that when you look at the cultural practices of it is what we're used to when looking at like a Nazarite vow is the one person we usually look to is, oh, like, I almost said Goliath. That is definitely not it. Samson. It's like we always look at Samson because he was from birth a Nazarite. He's dedicated to do a Nazarite vow. And so we're so used of the concept of, oh, if you're doing a Nazarite vow, it's for life. And it's like, well, that wasn't always the case. If you didn't set a time period, it would be for like a month. And so I set it for a year long. So once I heard that, I was like, awesome. It's so funny. It's crazy to think that like when we think of the Nazarite vow, Samson is like the one that's like we think of the most. And he is the worst example. Like literally he broke every single one. Like he was the worst example, which like, again, not too surprising. We're in the book of Judges. Everybody what they saw fit in their own eyes. A crazy line that gets repeated over and over in Judges as it just spirals as everybody does what they see fit in their own eyes. Don't look to God. Who cares? I'm right. Oh, man, what a rough book. Thanks for addressing my question. I'll watch the video later. I'm an Orthodox Christian, so I could really appreciate the desire to use, I'm going to butcher that word, to deepen one's relationship with God. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'd say more, but I have to get back to my job. Happy streaming, and may God bless you. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy upon this man. I'd always take mercy. Yes, please. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate also the questions, too. Happy to answer. Happy to converse on this Saturday morning. And I hope you have a good time at work. All right. Is it time? What time is it? Oh, it's not time yet, but I can get into some of the topics. So, some of the topic of today is we're going to be talking about the channel Christian Gamer. We're going to be talking about the one, the only Christian Gamer. We're going to be talking about this channel. Specifically, there's one thing we're going to be going into, and that is talking about some, preferences. Basically, what do you prefer on the channel? What do you like on the channel? Because here's the thing. We have multiple ways of doing content on the channel. We have done it in multiple different ways. We have different kind of subjects on the channel. We have our Christian journeys, and we have on top of that special Christian journeys. We have our should Christians play kind of series going on. We got the side quest, which some argue is just an evolution of should Christians play. Some might say that. And then, of course, we have Saturday Morning Coffee. We have some other playlists. If we look at our playlist, we could see some of our other stuff we have. Like, we got Say for Christians. That was a small series we started doing. Haven't really done too many. We got some other ones like Can You Christian? We only have done one video of that, but that video was pretty good. Pretty popular amongst the youth. We got After 10 Hours. That's a series where after a certain amount of time, I would then do a review of it. You can see on the thumbnail, it's 40 hours. So I did not really keep to the after 10 hours part. We kind of increased that part. We even once upon a time did First Encounters, which was like impressions of videos, like my first impression. But that's kind of what evolved into After 10 Hours, to be honest. So it's like we have some other series in the channel, but as you can see, within these different kind of series, there's different ways we've done the series. First impressions to After 10 Hours. Those are two different versions of that. And so that's kind of what we're gonna be talking about, is what do you guys prefer in the channel? Because I could be selfish and I could just do it however I want. Here's the thing. That's not helpful. We're in a spot to where I obviously I want to keep growing the channel to be like fully honest and just like revealed. This channel is not monetized, so I'm not making any money from all this, you know. The goal, obviously, in the future is I would love for this channel to be able to become monetized, you know, so that I can dedicate more time into this. I want to make this better. That is the idea. I want to do more. I always want to do more. And so, obviously, making this more of a job that's sustainable means it buys the time for it to get more time to be able to be more worked on, right? Easy concept. So, and some of that just takes more time, more effort, something that takes time, you know. It's not something that should be expected to happen like right now, right? But on top of that is looking at what do you guys want? You know, YouTube is such a servant-based thing, oddly enough. It might not seem it at first glance, but it is like deep down, you know, let me provide what you want. What do you guys want? You guys are the ones watching it, and because of that, that's how it's able to be a thing. It's not from me watching it, I'll tell you what. So I can make stuff. I can make stuff I enjoy all I want. But if I do want this to become something that can grow and become hopefully a career, that is the idea. I do feel called by God to do this, and so the next step makes sense to be a career. I mean, if God says no, hey, the answer is no. I ain't gonna complain. He has something better for me, right? But in the meantime, for right now, it does seem like this is the trajectory. And so part of that is looking towards you guys and be like, hey, what do you guys prefer? You know, what do you guys like? Because I won't lie, I'm having a little bit of troubles over here. There's some content I'm making, some I'm liking, and I'm like, cool, I really like that video. Bombs. And you know what? That's just part of YouTube. That's part of the job, baby. From everywhere, you'll hear so many different contents share that same opinion of like, man, I worked hard on this video and it bombed. Like, that's just part of the career, all right? It happens. That's okay. That's where it comes in. You need to keep in mind, like, where do you hold your value? It's like, my value isn't on the video performing well. Like, if a video doesn't perform well, that's okay. Like, I'm still, you know, I'm still a Christian. I'm still saved. Like, my value is still intact. Like, I'm good. I'm good. It's fine. It's not the end of the world if somebody didn't like it, if a video didn't perform well, even if I put a lot of time into it. That's okay. Not the end of the world. But I still, when I'm thinking of new concepts, new ways of doing different videos, you know, the different styles to do the same kind of thing, same video, but like in different ways, I like to see what you guys prefer. Right? Why not? What do you guys prefer? What would you rather have? So that, one, honestly, I don't waste time making videos in a way that I can make a different way. Makes sense, right? So, one thing we're going to be doing is, well, what you guys are going to be doing is taking a survey. A survey, Noah? Wow. I'm going to have to click on a link. I'm going to go to this Google Doc. I'm going to have to fill out this link. I don't want to do that. I'm just going to listen to you yap. How dare you? But don't worry, it's not like that. It's very simple. For those who are watching this, either live or if you're watching this post, appreciate you. I see you, fellow lurker. Go to the community tab, and this is gonna be great for people who aren't. Look at what happened. We have so many different polls, baby. So check out these polls in the community tab of the channel and start just like clicking it. They're very basic, nothing crazy. You guys like polls? Oh, perfect then. So yeah, you just click on which one it is. So it's like, which long form content do you prefer? Do you prefer my Christian journey? Do you like my Candy Christian? Do you prefer me covering RPGs, JRPGs, or roguelikes? You know, some of them are just a few questions. So this isn't too lengthy. As you can see, it's not too bad. It's very simple. And this isn't going to tell me too much, but I'm curious. I'm curious to hear from those who are watching the live stream to those who are just on my channel visiting. just to see what they like, what they are preferring, because it does help me out a little bit and give me some ideas. As a reminder, some of these are like very specific. You probably would want to go back to the homepage to get an idea. Like Christian's Journeys is more my reviews, but through like playing the game is how I would describe it. Specifically like Persona 3 Memento Mori. I literally just played through Persona 3 Memento Mori blind, and through it I, told the story while reviewing it, touching on some concepts. I like that. Great video. And then the other one that we looked at that is compared to is Can You Christian, which is instead, it's me blindly playing through Fear and Hunger, but trying to be a Christian. Can you be a Christian in this game is the idea. So, yeah. Some of these concepts, I won't lie, spoilers, I am in the works of making another video. This is a well-performing video. I liked how this does. It still kind of works in the strategies. I'm going to share a little bit of like my preferences. But again, I don't want you guys to be doing the polls and just be putting down, hey, he said he likes this. I'm going to vote for this now because I want what he wants. And it's like, that's not, I appreciate it. But again, that's not, it doesn't work that way. That won't help me. Because then I make that video and then it's like, cool, I like the video, which is good. But then it's like, that's it. And so that's good for like videos here and there. It's okay for me to put out a video for me. That's okay. That's great. But again, I'm easily selfish as is. So any way I can try not to be selfish, the better. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think, because like I'm going to talk about some of my preference. I'm going to talk about some of my thought process of some of the stuff I'm liking. But again, this is important because I do want to hear what you guys think, and this is a fun way for you guys to get to like do some posting, voting on the polls and getting to decide a little bit of what I'm thinking. It gives me some feedback, and of course, you guys can always comment in those polls. You can always like comment in videos. You can always comment here in the live stream. About thoughts, opinions, ideas. I'll always take it, all right? Doesn't mean, obviously, it gets implemented, but, like, it's good to hear it, all right? So, yeah. Right off the bat, I can get into some of my thoughts. I'm first going to drink some water because I'm drinking all this coffee, and I need to stay hydrated. Nice, cool water. Oh, I love it. All right. First thing I want to talk about is of videos we're doing. If you just look at views already, it's just like, it's such a like surface level discouraging to have these videos just higher and then these be like lower. It's like, oh, why? But that's okay. I liked how this video turned out. The Holy Freedom Heck Divers video. I love that video. Again, it's a Christian's Journey video, so it's following my blind experience as a Christian playing this game. A fun part of it was that I got to play with my brother and Christian friend of mine, and so playing that was very fun to like also splice in moments of that kind of journey, which kind of inspired me to do that in my other videos. So you can see both of these are Should You Christian videos, and there's a stark difference in time. So this is about 12:38, and this is over an hour. So, yeah. Which, it's pretty obvious to look at. It's like, it's much easier for someone to click on a video that is shorter than longer, right? That makes sense. I understand that. That's why literally if you go to one of the posts, one of the polls, where is it? This one. Do you prefer shorter or longer of my content? That's why this is in here. Because it's like, yeah, it's not hard to see that and not understand that. Like, yeah, no, people do prefer shorter content. Like, I get it. I understand. If I'm just throughout my day, it's much easier for me to click on a short video than a long form video. I get that. That's understandable. Yeah, so some of my videos though, The idea, ideally, is like where I can see someone watching it is how I watch videos. And sometimes I watch videos while I'm playing game. If I'm gaming, I might have a video on like the other screen or something like that. It's just how it is sometimes. And so that's where I see these videos surviving, and that's where they can be long, and that's okay. It's like, cool. Yeah, I want you to hear the story and follow my journey. But if you're watching, like, if you're playing a game at the same time, that should be fine. Hopefully, right? Hopefully that should work still. Now, it doesn't always work that way, but that's where you can kind of see the differences in time and where it's like, okay, I can see this working. The whole point of the should Christians play, I think I might have mentioned in the first one, which was Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is definitely an evolution of side quest, I would say. So side quest, the idea of it, and I mentioned it here, it's a video where I can do a topic of an idea without having to do like review a game. At the point, I was still focusing on reviewing games because that's a big part of what I wanted the channel to be, is like reviewing games, right? My journey through games. That's a big part. My journey through games is a massive part of the channel. And so those took so long. And so to do it in the meantime, because I was starting to do these long videos that I liked, the side quest videos were like, cool, I have this cool idea, I want to talk about it. It doesn't really fit within a single game. All right, we'll do it. Or, as we'll see in like Apex or stuff like that, sometimes I could talk about a game without full-on reviewing it, within just talking about a topic. So like lack of equality, I talk about the board game Root. Cool, love that. I talk about your role as a Christian. I talk about the danger of save scumming, perseverance, how I learned that from Souls games, Christianity and Darkest Dungeon 2. This is more of a review. I don't even know why this is here. I guess at this point I was still doing like, I was trying to make it where I wasn't doing reviews. Because you could see it throughout my channel. I've switched so much of like, originally these journey videos were like review videos. Like the last one you could see of me doing that was this Elden Ring one. And it's like, I don't really want reviews. That feels like old YouTube, if you ask me. I mean, it's still happening today. Of content, like channels that do like, oh, I'm going to do like a 20-minute video where I'm reviewing this game. And I just sit down, I talk about it, and I'll throw some B-roll. I'll just throw some footage of the game. And you can see I've still done that with like my should you Christian. That's a review style content. I'm gonna be honest, not my favorite. Not my favorite to make. Not my favorite to make. Like I won't lie, it feels easy. Because all I do is I yap and then I later grab footage for the thing. Like, okay, well, usually it's the other way around. Usually, I stream the game for X amount of time. Then, I talk about the game after I've gotten my thoughts about it. And then I just grab footage from the stream and put it on. It's fine. It's okay. But I like these much more. And I've seen other channels start to do these, and so which helped me to validate that there's a place for them, of these, like, it's following me play the game. And so, I'm still working on it, on actually how to do it. Again, I kind of really like how Heck Divers turned out, structure-wise. Just the flow between me voiceovering stuff, and then actually clips from the live stream. The downside is I would ideally like to do more of the live stream. It's just like I'm still in the frame of mind to where it's like I don't wanna. Oh gosh. We're struggling. We good? Dude, my PC is struggling. But we're good now. We're over here yapping, and like my PC out of nowhere is like, oh, why? Oh gosh. All right, I'm gonna go back. We good? We good? Okay, so lost my train of thought. Come on, PC. Chill. So yeah, I've seen channels doing the long form of this type of style. So that helps validate me. The problem is I don't have the time to edit it highly enough to make it really like in your face. I was able to do it with Heck Divers 2. I was also able to do it with Blackjack. See, there's more edits I wanted to do that, you know, would have been more engaging, more fun, more enjoyable. And it was just more from time and exhaustion that it means it didn't make it into the video, which sucks. That's like a lame reason for it to not make it in the video. But, you know, I'm at the spot to where it's like I'm not monetized, so I don't have the time to be able to do that yet. So that's kind of where that's on me. I have to just accept that for right now. I was able to do it in this video. The difference is this video is theoretically shorter than this video to work on, and that's because this still has the identity of the Should You Christian video, but it has like moments from streams that I've like chopped down. And so what I liked about this, even though it did poorly, it is longer than the other Should You Christian videos. What I like about it is there's one fear I have about doing the Journey videos and doing the Should Christians Play videos. See, I've had this for a while of like doing side quests, Should You Christian, of like, hey, here's these short videos that's like almost more review style, talking about the game or talking about a topic. Especially Should You Christian. The Should You Christian is just me talking about a game. It's like very much more traditional review style. And the original idea, again, was that, hey, to give me time while I'm working on this video to get you guys more videos, while I'm working on that, let me do a short video that should be easy to edit, quick to put out, not be too time consuming in the meantime. The problem is I don't like putting out trash, or deep down I don't like putting out too much of trash. So I'll try, even when I'm like, oh, I'll just put out a low effort video that's not really edited, I then proceed to edit it. Like I proceed to do more effort into the video because I just can't help it. I like the video having these like more entertaining things. And so even when I'm specifically making these videos just to be in the meantime for these videos, I can't help but like put effort into them. And so these have taken up more time, and you know, I like them. They're good videos, you know, and they're performing well. Like it shows that they're solid videos, you know, people do enjoy them. That's awesome. The problem is I have one fear when it comes to the Should You Christians and the Journey videos, and that's the fear that two different people like these videos. The same person might not like Should You Christians but like Journey videos. Another person might like the Christian Journey videos, but they don't like the Should Christians Play videos, right? Because this is more shorter review style, they like these more than these long form, these like, hey, following me through playing the game. And so I don't want to build two audiences, right? I want to build one audience because then I can serve them better. You know? It's also just like logistically, business-wise, it's just better that way. So that's kind of a problem. And that's where how this video was made, I like even more. Because it really does feel like this video, but also more the Journey video. Because it has in moments of the stream. Has in moments so it still follows that journey. Similar to these big old long Journey videos. But with the differences of it being still a bit easier to make. A bit quicker to make. So those are some of my thoughts. The problem is, because like, oh, that does sound nice. That does sound like a good idea. All right, no, I'll do that. Yeah, no, that does sound great. Do it. The problem is, it's a... It did low on views, all right? It's a bit struggling, which is a bummer because I put a lot of effort, and I really enjoyed that. Like, I put more effort technically, like of, basically to, again, share a little bit of how the sausage is made. there's last bit of edits I could have done in this video that I didn't, that was able to be done here. Again, I kind of shared it earlier. That was because of exhaustion and tiredness that it didn't make it into this video. This one I actually got it. I was able to push through and be like, nope, I'm going to put these in, because I always, whenever I don't put them in, I always look back and be like, man, I wish I could have, this video could have been literally better because I literally could have done this thing, you know? So, those are just some things to keep in mind. Switching music. So, that's kind of where I'm at, personally. I've been kind of dealing with this for a while. And, you know, the poll's not going to solve all of this, right? It's not going to instantly win over what should I do. Because honestly, when it comes to some of this, you know, it takes time, you know? That's okay, you know? Because here's the thing, and this is a possibility, which hurts my soul mentally, is doing it this structure like this, to where I do the long form content, and then in the meantime of making these long form content, I make the blackjack video. I make this video style where it's Should You Christian, but it's still long form. It still kind of has the similar style of the Christian Journey videos, but slightly different. A little bit easier to make. And so I think that works better with conjoining the content better, so that the theme of this channel and what this channel is about, what I provide for you guys, is better. And that could just like, oh yeah, it just takes time. I just got to give it more videos in doing it this style for a little bit. That could be possible. So, yeah. I will say, like, YouTube is not a sprint, it's a marathon. That's always been said about YouTube. It's just hard. I won't lie, it's hard. I'm in a spot to where, you know, I'm close to being monetized. So I'm trying to do everything I can to become monetized, at the same time trying to have grace when there is mistakes, and trying to take my time and also think of the long term, right? Again, I don't want to make actions that are just for short-term gain, right? I don't want to just gain monetization as soon as possible just to gain monetization. Like, I'm looking forward to the future. And so because of that, that's where questions like this matter to me so much, is that these questions matter about long term. Shaping the identity of the channel to make it clear for future videos that, like, hey, I have a resume, I have a pile of content that does prove of what kind of content this channel makes. And so it's like, when you come to the channel, it's not so like all over the place of like, what does he actually make? What is there to expect? So, yeah. I thought about making the Fusion World Set 3 video similar to this. But with how it performed, I decided to not. I decided to keep it shorter, more like these other videos, out of cowardness. So, I don't know. We'll see. It all depends. I think what I should probably do, I should probably just do this style for a little bit and see how it does. It hurts. It's not really, I'm not really motivated to do it because of just the views alone. But there's multiple reasons why this could be like, these could be low views, right? Multiple reasons. Like Heck Divers, it being low is okay, because it's not like a, you know, it's not popping. It's not popping in the community. People aren't like, ooh, I'm wanting more Heck Divers content. Yeah, I'm a little bit late to the game on this one. But I thought with its big announcement that this would still be like the best time as a second chance, which I still agree. I still think it was. It just, still the reality is, you know, doesn't mean people want to be watching a over an hour long video. With all this in mind, I am in the middle of making another video, a very, very long video. I've talked about it multiple times for a while now, because I keep on thinking it's going to come out sooner than later. It's not. It's not. And that is my massive Elden Ring video. Oh, baby, that is coming out. So I will promise you this. That video will come out before the end of the year. It is the more recent video I'm working on now. So it's the highest priority video, right? That I have coming out. So ideally, it should be the next video. Ideally. I won't lie. I do kind of want to talk. I kind of want to put out a video on Deadlock. I kind of want to put out a video on Project Multi, Dragon Ball Project Multi, because I was playing that. If we go to Christian Scrub, my other channel where I stream, hey, check out that stream later, hey. Excuse me, but as you can see, I did stream some of Dragon Ball Project Multi. I was able to get into the beta, so I kind of want to talk about it because I think it's fun to like almost as like documentation more than like views and money. It's not really in that kind of perspective, but it's more of like I love the idea of like this was my idea, this was my feelings, this was where we're at when we first saw this game at the beta, and then having a compare and contrast, almost like what I've been doing with my set 3, my Dragon Ball Super card game. I've been following each set, and at this point, I'm pretty committed to just keep following the set, even though they're not going to be good videos for the channel. That's okay. Again, this is more for me because, again, this is my first time following a card game since release of the card game. And so, again, a big part of this channel is following my experience through games, and specifically not just games, but also gaming experiences. So that's why we have stuff like, if you look at the original special video, it was Magic the Gathering. I was getting into Magic the Gathering the first time ever, and I shared that. I also did a video on Pokemon, and that was really cool. Like, it's not a video game, though I do cover the little bit of the actual online client. I did also play physical. And so stuff like that's really cool. I've thought about multiple different times when I went to like a Magic the Gathering pre-release of recording and doing a video on that. Because, like, though this channel's mostly on video games and covering the experience of playing through a RPG or JRPG as a Christian gamer, what's that like? Though that's the main focus of the channel, is sharing that experience. You know, it's not just related to that. You know, we can have some one-off games. If I ever went to, like, my first con ever or something like that, we can cover that. You know, stuff like that where it's like, it's a one-off. It's not the main focus of the channel, but it's like, it's a interesting gamer experience. So, it's just something I want to throw that out there as something I have in mind already as like a possibility. So don't be too surprised if that happens. But yeah, so that's where some of these videos come in of this DBS. And again, part of that is for, I like covering the experience, and also, you know, that's for me. Those are some videos for me. You know, if I went to a pre-release or a conference for the first time ever, if I like got heavy into like the Pokemon TCG and I made it to Worlds, like, yeah, I would do a video on that. And part of that is documentation for me. You know, it's like taking family photos almost. If like, you know, or doing a diary. It's a video log. Vlog? Video logging of my life? Crazy! So it's kind of like that, but like within the gamer experience. So that's some of my thoughts. Some of my thoughts on this. So, yeah. Let me know if you need anything. You keep telling me this, G Scotty, but I don't know what to tell you. You're just over here like, hey man, help me help you. And I'm like, I don't know how. Look, the biggest problem is I don't have money. I don't have money. So it's kind of hard to ask for help. Also, I don't know how to. A lot of it just seems like very complicated. Also, hey, good job on your recent video. If you guys haven't checked out G Scotty, friend of mine, friend of the channel, G Scotty, he got his first sponsored video, and I have to say, pretty good video. I did not comment on the video, but pretty good video. Dude, I should just react to all your videos. That'd be kind of funny. So, yeah, it's this one here.
Here we are driving down the road, and all of a sudden, bam!
I have YouTube Premium. I guess not for this channel.
There's a crack in our windshield, you know.
There's like a crack in our windshield. So check out this video. I'm going to hurt your retention real quick. Yeah, he does a video on Crypt Custodian. So check that out. It's a good video. Now I'm gonna keep yapping as I just have this on screen. Yeah, I'm a React Andy now. But for God. But for Jesus. Do you need a video edited? Technically, no. Again, like my most recent video that I'm working on right now is the massive Elden Ring video. And that's just because I think I might be like switching to, I don't know. I'll talk about it. Do you need help with coming up with ideas? Always. I love to, dude, we need to talk more about YouTube idea stuff because again, we just don't have a lot of people to talk about YouTube. And so having someone else to talk about that type of stuff is always important. So yeah, throwing out ideas would be nice about some of these concepts like this. I don't know how long you were here for, G Scotty, but if you were here earlier, I was kind of talking about the main point of this stream and the massive the massive polls that I put out. The part of the reason for the massive polls is for this idea of talking about how, hey, I want to be doing these videos, and my fear is, and I kind of mentioned to you earlier about it, the last time we talked, of my problem with the Should Christians Play videos is while they're doing well, they're not quite in line with what I want the channel to be. Like, my fear is that there's going to be two audience sprouted from Should Christians Play and my normal long-form Christian journey videos. And so that's where I kind of like this more recent Should You Christian video, because I think it kind of like meshes better with this long-form content, you know, by also being long-form. And it has the same style. So it's like, I like that. I kind of like it, but it did poorly view-wise. So it's like, the data says otherwise. But again, it's one video with this new style. So I feel like I probably should, at the very least, just give it a little bit of time trying this out for a little bit, see how it works. You know, you got to give it time. Just like any kind of like new habit you're doing, new kind of change in your life you're trying to do, you can't just make one step and if it was bad or positive, just go with that. You just can't. Like, that's not enough. You have to give it some sustainable, some tangible time, and then from there look at it and readjust, right? So I should probably take my own advice and implement that, but it's hard. It's hard. I shared earlier where it's like it's not really motivating to see low view counts on this new change. But that is what it is. Not the end of the world. Okay. I'll put some time aside to help with ideas. Thank you. I just came in. Sorry, today's been kind of rough. No. Are you saying for me or for you? For you. Hey, I'm sorry to hear today's been rough. My day hasn't been too rough. You know, I mentioned at the beginning stream, could be worse. It could be worse. So I'm counting my blessing. I'll tell you what. But yeah, I'm always an advocate for doing what you want to do. I'll take some time to get your legs, but you'll be able to crush it with consistency and time. That's the idea. That's the idea. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. So, technically, if there was like a, you know, anything you needed help with of like, or anything you wanted to help me with of doing a video, it would probably be like the next Should You Christians video. To have that kind of start being worked on as I focus on the big journey video. Because like still, I kind of mentioned it a while ago, but that video is still at like around 4 to 5 hours long, which is nuts. It is nuts that it's that long, but you know, it's kind of cool at the same time, you know. It's definitely like a one-off thing, but like, hey, it's crazy. I do want to put in a lot of effort into that video, almost like the sunk cost fallacy. Hopefully it's not the sunk cost fallacy, it's just sunk cost. You know, the more time you put into the thing, the more better it is. And maybe it's a little bit fallacy, but like, since this video is already so long, I want to make it good. Like, I want to put in the effort it deserves. And so, as I kind of mentioned, even if it's just small stuff like how I mentioned here of like, I was able to do the extra level edits that I wasn't able to do with this video. Like, stuff like that, like, being able to put that into my long-form video should be good. But, yeah. Part of that is, like, as mentioned again, a lot of this is coming from pressure of trying to become monetized as soon as possible, right? The sooner I can become monetized, the sooner the channel can start growing and slowly start taking care of itself and carry itself and garner more, like earn more time for itself, for it to be able to be put in more time. So, you know, I want that. And so it's like I'm struggling to do that, but it's like that's where I put a lot of this extra stress on myself. Even though as we mentioned earlier, YouTube's a marathon, right? You got to be taking your time, learn, find ways to enjoy it, have grace in yourself, and not kill yourself over it, right? So, yeah, the channel's doing good. Like, that's something I always to keep in mind. It's like, it's doing good. It's crazy. It's easy to look at small stuff like this and get discouraged, but it's like, hey, did I like this video? Yeah, I really like this video. When I go back, I enjoy this video more than some of my other videos. Like, I like how it turned out. I thought it was pretty swell. And so, you know, still got to work on some stuff, but not that in the world. Not in the world. But yeah, put me in, coach. I got you. I don't think. So the only thing I think I would do as a the next Should Christians Play videos, I kind of mentioned it before, it would be probably on Dragon Ball Project Multi, since I was able to play the beta. And then the other one was I was just recently playing some of Deadlock with a friend of mine. So that'd be my other one. The problem is it's been some time, so they're losing their hotness on the market. So it's kind of like, should I really invest time into that? When at the same time, so I'm conflicted with like motivation YouTube wise of like, is this the most beneficial to the channel? And also like, as I mentioned earlier, I do like doing videos as like documentations, right? I like logging video style of my experience of like, hey, this was the game at beta. This was my experience, a journey through it. And then, you know, when it fully comes out, I'll probably do a video on it and like share my experience on it. So it's like having both the before it was fully out to when it's fully out is, I don't know, I find that cool. So we'll see. I haven't made a decision because I was originally going to, and then I'm like, I kind of pivoted more after I gotten this set 3 card game video out. I was thinking about maybe focusing a little bit more on the next Journey video, which would be the Elden Ring video. So yeah. The other thing I haven't talked much about also, I mentioned it briefly. It kind of fits in line with the long form video. As you can tell, I have a soft part. Like, my heart is in the long form content. These long form videos is where I want these videos. The problem is they take so long to make. And so ideally, if I could, I probably would just make these videos if they could come out so often. But I don't like just putting one video out a month. So that's where we get all these other videos that come out also. It's because like I don't like putting out one video a month. I don't know. Something about that. And so because of that, that's where these other videos sprouted from. But another long form content that I love also is the Can You Christian. I do like this video a lot. I like how well it did. I don't know how well it will do on the second one because, you know, there's certain reasons why this video did so well. You know, it's fear and hunger. Like, the concept of it, can you play a Christian in X game? That's a cool concept. Is it going to perform as well as Christian plays a dark game, right? Because Fear and Hunger is known for being a dark game, you know? Is it going to perform as well as that? We'll see. I do have a video in the pipeline that is in this style of, like, can you play this game, but I'm a Christian? So look forward to that. I'm excited to do more of these. It's been really bad of me that I haven't doubled down and done more videos on this. And that's because I've gotten, like, loopholed into doing other things. Like, other things like this, this was in the works for years. So that was on me. So it's like, I was already catch up on doing that. And then this came out, so I wanted to cover that. And then I started doing side stuff. And then, so it's like, there's stuff that kind of got me away from doubling down on this. And so I want to do more of these because this performed well. I liked how it did. This is very similar to the style of a normal Christian journey video, but it has the twist of I'm a Christian. So, yeah. And a lot of this isn't just like, you know, your guys' preference. It's also like, I'm still growing when it comes to being a content creator. Learning how to provide more value to you guys. Like, I'm learning. I'm still learning. So, you know, that's okay. All right, let me actually get back to you guys' comments. Sorry. I'm just yapping over here. Whatever you think would be more fun. To me, it sounds like the long-form content starting with Elden Ring. Yeah, sounds really good. Have you been keeping an eye on analytics to see what's the trend? Do you mean for YouTube in general, or do you mean as in, like, my content? Also, welcoming in Butterfly Moon. Hello! Just wanted to pop in and say, I support what you do! I am so excited to see more and more Christians in and talking about entertainment. I appreciate it. A lot of people, that is one thing that has helped with, like, as I mentioned, some of these discouraging views, you know, is the comments have been nice. You know, I do appreciate the comments I've been getting. I'll get it here and there of, like, someone coming out and saying, hey, I really appreciate that, like, a Christian talking about in this kind of area. And that's hopefully the goal, right? I want to bring at least some awareness. I want to bring some, like, community to where it's like, hey, you're not alone, all right? There's other Christians out here that love playing video games, and it's like, let's hang out together. Let's go on a journey together playing this game, sharing this experience, and maybe learning something, right? So that's the goal of this channel. So it's like, I'm comments like that does help me of people sharing how much they appreciate the content. So thank you for that. You might not doing one a month, but you might need to start doing that and work your way up. It's better than just doing not doing anything at all. That's true. That is true. And part of that is that's a concept. I kind of mentioned it to you last time we talked, but it's something I'm still coming to terms is the idea of understanding that though I want this ideal of multiple of these long form videos out at a time, just because it's not happening now doesn't mean it can't happen later, right? That's something to always keep in mind. Like, just because I'm not a full-time YouTuber right now doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. You know? This kind of understanding of just because the present isn't that doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. It's okay. You can accept that and look at what you can do now and focus on that, you know? So, yeah, definitely agree. I mean, for both and how to mash the two together. 100%. Oh, you mean like the concept I was sharing of this recent one? Instead of just doing like... because again, my problem with the short content is, you know, it does feel different. Like this feels more like review style. This feels like a journey entertainment video. And so it's like having this where it's like, this is still kind of a review, but then it also has following the journey. I think it does meshes the content closer together, which will helpfully push back on mixed audience who just come in for these videos and don't come for this, or people who just come in for these videos and not for this, which can be tough for me to learn what... It's hard for me to help you when there's two different people who want two different meals. I can only make one meal at a time, and I want to help both of you guys out. And so, yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Checking the analytics. I know, I check the analytics. I do it. It's just, again, it's hard to just check analytics. Again, I think some of these have to give some time because it's like, if you just look at like analytics alone, like these are trash. This was garbage. Never do this video again. But again, with looking at long form, like if I just want to monetize it as soon as possible, double down on these. Double down. Double down. And that's one way to go. And that's like a valid approach. But again, as long form, as like long, like down the line, you know, I want to set up to where I can be doing these videos. So, you know, which still you can take the approach of, hey, do these now, and then once you're monetized, slowly branch into this and then transition. That's a strategy. That's valid. But I could also, since I have such a heart for this, I have a calling. Like, this feels like a push from God to like, hey, yeah, you know, to where like, you know, God doesn't always just tell you, hey, do this. Sometimes he leaves it up to you. He's like, yeah, you can choose. And so it's just like, well, I like this. I want this. So, but I always have to push back on just the feeling alone of like, do what you want. Because the book of Judges tells us what happens when people just do what they want. Rough. So, yeah. So that's a lot of yapping. A lot of yapping in my thoughts. Again, that's kind of where I'm at recently as I've been going through that. I want to hear what you guys think, preference-wise. So even if it's just like community-wise, if you go down and you do the polls, that's, hey, better than nothing. Better than nothing. You just like, hey, click this button, click this one, click this one. And if you do want to put down a comment of like more explanation or more ideas in any of those posts or even this stream, that's totally fine too. I appreciate that. I have no problems with that. So, yeah. Joke's on you. We all want chicken nuggies. The dinosaur-shaped ones, too. Okay. I think I can make that. That would be smart. But I think we both know that God comes first. True. And that is something we don't see in Judges. That is not what we see in Judges. Yeesh. Yee. Cool. Well, I'm glad we were able to hang out. I know we missed some streams of doing it on this channel. So this is our second one. You know, in the future, we're hoping to do some more exciting ones than just me complaining, right? We're hopefully to do some more topics, just sharing some things, talking about some stuff, maybe sharing some stuff if you guys ever want to do that. You guys can always comment down below any suggestions you might want to, like, not like full-on Q&A, but Q&A. You know, if you ever have questions you do want me to answer, I could always answer them on stream a bit better than commenting back, I won't lie. Whenever I comment back people, it's just like, man, texting is like a rough way to try to communicate. Especially someone like me, who I always had the fear of being misunderstood. That's a major fear of mine, and it's something I have to work on, right? And I'm still working on it. But it is just like you could see it whenever I talk. Is like I'm always like this, and then just like here's also this. Just like keep in mind also, but then also this. And it's just like, you know, it's hard to communicate that way. But you know. God gave manna to his children in the wilderness. Maybe it doesn't taste the best, but we live. Eventually, he promised feasts. Just be patient with your manna. Don't trigger me like that. You do know my dog's name Manna, right? After Manna, right? I still think it's so funny. The few times we've like webcammed played Magic Gathering Commander with my friends and I, is like I had to change from saying mana to energy just because my dog's name Mana, and she'd be like, you're talking to me? Let's play! And like jump on me. I'm like, no, I'm playing cards. Oh gosh. You hear on the texting? I'm always trying so hard not to sound sarcastic. Yeah. Sarcasm does not work in texting. It's crazy. Listen to the story. Eat your dogs. But I want quail. Alright, I think we're going to wrap up the stream. We're going to be heading over. Oh, my bad. We're going to be heading over to the other channel, Christian Scrub. So for those who are just here to hang out here, hey, definitely appreciate all you guys coming out and chatting and hanging out. Why are we listening to this? This is not Vermilion City. There we go. That's a bit more. That's better, right? Yeah, I think that's a bit better. So again, thank you everybody for coming out. Whether you're watching this live or even just post, greatly appreciate it. Again, let me know. Let me know some of your thoughts. If you want to be like, hey, yeah, you should be giving us chicken nuggies. How dare you? Let me know. But yeah, next week, next Saturday, we'll be streaming here again. I'll try to schedule it out sooner, just so that you guys can see it. You can click on it so that you can get notified for when it comes out. I found that feature really helpful. I like it so much. Just like, because I will forget when someone's like streaming. I'm like, oh, I do want to watch that stream when it's live. Okay. So we'll be doing that next week. I don't know what's the topic quite yet. I think I originally had another concept in mind. Let me check. Let me check real quick. So the concept I had so far, and we might do it. We were originally going to do this a few weeks ago. Is Christian Gamer talks about games they like and don't. So we could talk about that. And it's more like talking about concepts of like why. I could have worded that one better, but it's more like why do we like certain games and why do we dislike certain other games, you know? Especially as Christians, why do we like some games and why do some games we don't like? And talking about specifics in that mind, I think it could be fun to yap about. So we'll see. But yeah, we're gonna be heading over to Christian Scrub. If you want to watch that live right now and still be hanging out with me, we're playing Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. It's cool. So yeah. I gotta bounce, but if I can make it to the other stream, I will eventually. I love you, man. Keep me posted with what you want/need. Will do, man. Will do. Have a great day, y'all. You too, Butterfly Moon. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Have a good day if you hang out. If you leave, goodbye. I'll see you later. All right, I'm heading out. Jesus loves you. I love you too. Shalom. Shalom. Bye.